My proudest moment, I can say, is when I achieved my diploma, teaching diploma, because I'm coming from a family uh, where I was the first one that went through school and I could go to college. And then when I got my diploma in teaching, that was my proudest moment because now I could see that I would be taking my family um, upwards, like to be on a standard of the other people that I look at, because I've been always we're looked down at because we didn't have anything the time and we were ridiculed. You know, having friends that ridicule you, saying, they are sleeping with bread and tea, and you find that the other people are now laughing at you. So when I achieved that, it was a big achievement and I was very proud of it because now I can stand for my parents because my parents never went to school. My dad only went up to grade 2 and my mom never even went to school. So to me, it was an achievement to be educated. So I was proud of being educated and going to stand and be a breadwinner for my family.
My proudest moment is being able to provide for my family. It's still continuous. I hope it comes to an end. Not because I don't want to, but because I need to have my own life. But I'm happy to be in a space where I can provide for my family.
Proudest moment is a really basic one, but I just felt pride in that moment was when I got into med school. It was really unexpected, so I got in, and then my first year was a bit hard because of some family issues and personal issues, so I had to postpone the first exams, so I took them a year later, but I passed them, and that was the first time I felt like I deserved being in med school, because before I always thought like I got in by accident and like I didn't deserve it really, but that made me feel proud, that I achieved that. So I know it's a basic, I'm sure people have stuff which is deeper that made them feel proud, but I could have said I was proud because I saved the person's life or something, but it's just personally for me a big moment. Yeah, so I'd say that.
When I got my first job, because I've not been working for years after I've completed my matric. So getting my first job was my proudest moment ever, and it will always be. And being committed to the job will always be my proudest moment. Regarding the difficulties, but I'm still there, so I'm proud of myself. Please.
My proudest moment will have to be the day that I actually achieved a national diploma in civil engineering. Because being a problematic child to actually obtaining such thing was quite an achievement for me because I've always given my parents problems. So, academic journey, it was quite a journey. Being a politician, because I was into student politics, even being a SASCO chairman, and you know what they say about student politicians. So it was quite a journey, but eventually I made it.
Proudest moment was when I built an application recently. I built a chat application, and that was my first ever fully functional application, and I'm really, really proud of that.
My proudest moment is when I redid my matric in 2016 and I passed it with flying colors.
My proudest moment is activity of sports. I'm doing the sports and the gym, it does help me a lot because before I was very sick, but it did help me. I'm very proud of that because it did help me on my health. And I feel very light, man. The exercise is very good. And usually, before I do the exercise, I used to take a lot of tablets. Pain tablets, all of that. But since I start gymming, I stop everything. I don't use so much tablets anymore. It's really healthy to do the exercise. Thank you very much. That's it.
For me, probably would be school achievements. So doing well in school, because you work really hard for those. So then when you actually get a good mark, that's like a genuine proud moment for me. I think I managed to beat everyone in my class at my GCSEs, which will mean nothing to you guys because you don't have them here, but it's like a year or two before matric. So at the end of your secondary school, sort of your high school, it's the big exams that you do then. And I came first, and I was proud for me because I worked really hard, but also because I didn't think I'd done that well. I was so nervous. I got my mum to read me the results because I couldn't even look at the piece of paper. So I was definitely proud, and I still remember that, even though that was a long time ago now.
I can say that I am most proud of being from a young age up to 67 years as I am today, to be the child of God, worshiping the God and move to the people who are sick and pray for them and singing. I'm very proud of that. That's the most thing I'm proud of, because from a young age up to 67 years old, I'm still doing the same thing, worshiping the Lord, going pray for those who are sick, those who can't go to church, pray for them and talk to them and give them hope in life. That's the most thing that I love in that moment.
So when I finished school, that was my proudest moment. I just wanted done out of it. You know, adulthood is hitting, but we're out of high school, so I'm happy.
Probably a couple of years ago, I've actually volunteered to go on a surgery ship that's serving the people of Africa, that's doing free surgeries. It's an American organization, and so I've been in about 5 African countries, and just been sort of just feel the power of just helping someone else, and it's a God-given, sort of action, so I really enjoy that, and I've done that for the past 5.5 years.
So my proudest moment is when I got my acceptance letter from Stellenbosch University. It's like, I made it, It's difficult, guys, to get in there, but yeah.
I dreamed of finally coming into place, I think. I think my life is finally going to the direction that I always wanted. There are some things that haven't fallen into place yet, but I think currently I'm very happy with what is happening. So I'm very proud. I think.
My proudest moment, it's not actually a moment in that way, but the proudest things for me in my life is I have 4 sons, and they are all well functioning in the society, and they have families and children and good jobs, and I can't take the credit for that. I think it's the mothers of them, but that is the proudest thing for me, that they have succeeded in life. Too many, I get a bit emotional about that, but I have friends that have only 1 son and struggle. So that is my proudest thing in life.
I think when I see my kids doing something that I find is quite inspiring, that's my proudest moment, is basically lived through when I see my kids doing something special. just their bravery sometimes when they approach a new situation, like when they step out onto a rugby pitch even, because it takes quite a lot to overcome your own fears sometimes, and that's probably one of the proudest moments.
When I got to really know God, I was a Christian going to church, but I didn't know God that deep. But when reality came and I got born again, it was my proudest moment, and I feel I was really saved from there on. I was really proud of it.
Oh, that's when my girlfriend gave me a baby boy. That was the proudest moment for me. You know, having a child is something special. So I think that was the proudest moment for me.